All right, and welcome back to episode 073 of the Guidons. Okay.
Jeff was off.
We'll get it right on episode 74. Podcast powered by the Strength Co. My name's Grant. I am your host, recording to you live from inside the weapon engagement zone. Well, not really live. By the time you hear this, it'll be next week. Grant's buddy will be out at sea. Joined with me today in studio, Major Jeff Biggie. He's known on Instagram where he's very busy as the Mormon Major. The Mormon Major, that's what we've always called him. We'll never stop calling him that. And yeah, he's there. And then we have Trey. And Trey is joining us from Denton, Texas. Denton,
Close.
Texas. Yep.
Deep in the heart of Denton.
He's deep in the heart. Retired 4 from the Marine Corps. Retired S4. Lots to talk about today. The price of Bitcoin is 15,658,083 Japanese yen. If you're wondering, that's what it is in yen.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. It's 108,000. It's an all-time high. Hit an all-time high this week because actually Taiwan was like, "Hey, Bitcoin, we like this," and so Bitcoin's off to a hard stop. They just found out about it. They're into it. It's almost tripled.
They just started listening to the podcast. They're like, we should get
that's it.
Yep. So this is not investment advice. This is life advice. Buy Bitcoin. Actually, maybe start thinking about selling at this point. We hope you bought an episode 1, and you should be 3 times more rich than you were then. I was talking to my wife. I was talking to my wife, and I said, "Anything you want me to bring up on the podcast?" And she said, "No, but you guys should act like you want to do it this time." And I was like, "Oh, you're current. Good. That was a test." I was like, "No, we were definitely all in on episode 072. So
I thought it was our best episode.
We'll do our best to do that. We'll try to keep the staff brief short, although Lance Corporate still loves it.
Good. Someone does. That's good.
Someone does. And with that, I'll kick it over to the 3.
Okay, good. Can you guys hear me when I speak though on the microphone? Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear, licking chicken?
Yep. You're Lima Charlie.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Like this. Okay, you guys can hear me. Yeah, I had to sit through like an hour and 45-minute brief, and the guy that was the main briefer sounded like that. It was great. Everyone in the room was looking at each other.
Call sign Piglet.
Dude, it was so bad.
Yep.
But digress. It was a lot of that. And then just like he would say something and there'd be that like pause of like, oh, it's a question. And then someone would just unmute the mic and go, oh yeah, tracking. Okay, good to go. And then, it's good. It's good. Okay. All right, S1, let's kick it around the room. Let's go. Here we go. Come on, admin types, you admin bubbas.
So the Manning document that all the first sergeants have been working on for the last 3 months, I had my Lance Corporal go in there to change a blood type of the CO because we never had the CO's blood type, and he actually erased the whole thing. So we're going to do a working group this afternoon and restart it with the XOs. That's all we have for the one.
Okay, that's good. Okay, well, make sure you get that on the calendar. Make sure you get on the calendar, share out that invite to all hands. I want all hands shared on that invite. But then, just small working group for just, you admin bubbas, admin types, we'll be in attendance. But make sure you let everyone know.
This is Trash 5. I just want to echo Trash 3 real quick and just say, you got to get the stuff on the ops calendar. Okay. I come into work every day with a plan and I plan to execute that plan. And don't drop in on me. I do not have an open door policy. I have is it on the Outlook calendar policy. That is my policy. It's always been my policy. So I just want to echo the 3, what they do, that team, they do a great job. Also secure the Trash 5 out.
Thank you. Executive officer type.
Onto the deuce.
Kicking it onto the deuce. Intel, any updates?
Yes, sir. The update, the laminator was working for a little bit.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. But then regiment needed it, so they ended up taking it.
They took the laminator, so we now have no.
Yeah,
laminator.
theirs was also broken, so I signed it over to regiment.
Okay.
We have no laminator. Yeah.
Okay. Just play with me on this one. But JLTIs, we did that. We got the sheets all recorded, all the data.
Sir, what's a JLTI?
Hey, Trash 5 here. What happened? How it happened is important. We can do that on a sidebar as long as it's kept to a minimum. But I just want to make sure that it's reported in DERS, Deuce. Make sure you report it in DERS.
Mm-hmm.
We need the commandant to know that laminator is down. Okay.
And
I did not report it in DERS. I reported in Signal. It's in the Signal chat.
Oh, wow. He probably knows then. It's probably made it
straight to the top. Straight to the top. That's great. Okay. Well, JLTI, Joint Limited Technical Inspection. Okay, we want them just to be limited though, like not a full inspection, just like a really limited inspection.
Oh, geez,
because we want to leave the window open for something to be going wrong with that. So yeah,
just don't leave the door open.
Right, exactly. Just
the door remains closed. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay.
Cops,
great.
Fops.
Moving on. Cops. Trash still the number one priority, right? It's our current thing. If we go ahead, pull up the trash tracker. I updated that, reformatted it, right? Got some inputs and insights from fellow trash battalion on the East Coast, right? Our sister battalion on the East Coast.
CLT, the Combined Logistics Trash Battalion. Yep.
It's now all
making some notes.
All in Calibri, right? We're switching over to Calibri. Okay, Times New Roman, Arial font, don't want to see it. Courier New, don't want to see it. We're now full Calibri. If I see any other font,
what size?
I'll freak out.
What size?
11 and a half. We're going to go 11 and a half. It's much more executive.
Hey, quick admin note for everyone.
11.5.
This is the one. This is the one. Commander's writing red. Exo's writing green. Department Red is writing blue. So if you're not watching this on YouTube, Trey's writing in red. So he is now trash 6.
Okay, well, we're gonna need
correct it 11.5.
Okay. I was gonna say S1. We got a quick turn on a change of command or assumption of a command letter. Got to get it updated.
Is it an appointment or a relief? A relief an appointment or?
Well, you're gonna need an appointment for that. So make sure you get that on the ops calendar. Future operations, right? Look around you. All future trash. So just be thinking about a plan. Have a plan.
Wow.
No plan survives the first contact with the enemy or the trash can. Right. Also, make sure we're putting trash in the proper receptacle. Right. I don't want to see it mixing in trash. It's unprofessional, and it's not what we do as a trash fighting organization. Okay.
Hey, one day it's discipline and trash. The next day it's discipline and combat. Remember that team, Trash 6.
Okay, moving along. Our log
what
types.
Does combat produce? More trash.
Oh, so much trash. My goodness. And to think we would burn it when we just need to be sorting it. Okay, like burning trash, that's amateur stuff, right? We need to be sorting it, bagging it, tagging it, getting it out on the way.
Real quick, Trash 6 here. You guys want to finish this brief, or do you want to push?
No, keep finishing.
Said no one ever. Push. To the 4 Trey.
4 shop.
Oh yeah, forward. Nothing for the group, sir. I'll get with you offline.
Please do. 6 shop.
Sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna hand it over to my chief. Chief, do you got anything for the group?
It's also you, Trey.
Oh, I'm also the chief. Yes, sir. We have updated the record jackets for the
upcoming phasma inspection.
The phasma inspection. We're all hands on deck, hands down, hands everywhere. Just ready for the phasmo coming in about a year from now. We're just trying to get prepared. So that's all I got for the group, sir.
Excellent.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Wait, we skipped medical and dental. Medical, we got anything?
We just pulled everyone's teeth to eliminate the dental problem. So we found that we had too many class 3s. So we just pulled everyone's teeth.
Eliminated the problem. Outstanding. Outstanding
we're
work.
switching the chow hall to baby food only. So we should be fine.
Outstanding work. All right, our dental readiness will remain ready. I love it. Wow, what outstanding work. Okay, well, I guess we should kick it around the room. Any saved rounds before we hit the command deck here? Any outline stations dial in?
Oh, outline stations. I don't think they did. They have forgotten that every listener is a podcaster.
Camo, I'm going to need you to look into that, see what's going on.
Matt Ronan says glad to be of service. Cobra 6 sent in the this poem that's taped to a wall somewhere in the Marine Corps. Attention orders. What kind of person are you? Before you cut the tape below and throw trash in here, execute a right face. Look at yourself in the mirror and repeat these words. I am a piece of shit. I'm so lazy, weak, and cowardly that I won't take 2 steps and throw my trash in the large trash can by the door. I will never be anything in life because I can't execute the tiniest amount of discipline. If you still decide to cut the tape because you think you're a badass, come see any 1SG and exhibit the courage you think you have and tell us what you did. ... Or you can do the right thing by taking 2 steps and throwing your trash in the large trash can. USAWTFM. I don't know what that is. United States Army. What the F, man? Oh,
it's a good poem, man.
Yeah, it's a great poem. So
was that Robert Frost?
You know, Robert Frost?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That was Robert
Dang.
Kraft.
Wow.
Oh, Kraft.
That's what he said right before he left the massage parlor.
That was the last thing.
So that was the last thing he saw.
Wow. Well, words that needed to be written down and enshrined. I love it.
Sergeant Major?
Who's Sergeant Major?
Very well, Sergeant Major. Hey,
Who's saying up?
Appreciate what you do,
Who's
team.
saying up?
Go execute the plan of the week. Back brief every 3 hours.
Uh,
All right. 13
Goodness
minutes
gracious.
in.
Great brief. Great brief, everyone.
Great brief.
That's a quick
great
one.
brief. Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
great brief. Great brief. All right, let's hit the slide deck.
Okay, cool. We're still kind of like this. Just this fits in kind of with the staff brief, but one of like the acronyms or phrases I forgot about. Just one that got brought back to me this last weekend at drill was Durloff.
Circled back. Durloff.
I'd forgotten about that one, and then someone said it. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Don't forget Trey. You got Durloff. While I'm gone.
You got Durloff.
Should I know this?
Yeah. You don't know Durloff?
Well, that's how I operated the first 4 years in the Marine Corps. When someone would say Durloff, and then that would be that, and I'd be like, I don't know what that means. I have no idea what they're talking
So
about.
I know what it means, but if you're going to tell somebody else,
can you spell it for the group?
DIRLAUTH.
That's correct.
I'll use it. Yeah, I'll use it in a sentence.
Now
Trey,
use it in a sentence
Trey,
for
on this
300.
matter, Trey, you don't got to talk to me. You got Durloff. You just go right to, you go right to the S6 and work with them on it. You got Durloff. You don't got to go through me.
All right. So let me give a practical example for our listeners. When Grant's buddy's leaving the Strength Co. and he hands over the password to Instagram to Connor, I'm just like, hey man, you got Durloff the Massonomics. Like anything you need, don't run it through me. It's all you, brother. Trey, you know what this is.
Like, I get the concept of it. I just don't know what it stands for. Like all Marine Corps acronyms.
Exactly.
Direct liaison authorized.
Oh, okay.
Which really means whatever task you have, I don't want to be a part of it. And
don't
so,
care.
like, yeah, just go do it and don't tell me anything about it.
Please.
You got Durloff. That's a good one.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had Durloff. No one's ever told me that.
I've never had her.
I've never had that.
Short Durloff.
It's overrated, honestly.
Honestly, I prefer Bidur.
Bidur.
Mm-hmm. That actually gives you signing power. Like imagine you're an XO, you put down your green pin and you pick up your red one because you got Bidur. Next slide.
Okay.
We're losing Trey.
Next slide.
He's
Next
fading.
slide.
And
do we want to hit? Do we want to hit sports?
We got to bring Trey back.
It seems like we got.
Yeah, let's hear about his playoff experience.
Okay.
First of all, this
NHL.
podcast is brought to you by BW Tax, bwtaxllc.com. He is a Boston, not Boston, Acton, Mass native from Massachusetts. Big hockey guy, big Original Six guy, big rugby guy. Lives in Greenville, South Carolina, Citadel alum, but you can do your taxes anywhere. He can also give you some advice throughout the year. Don't be the guy that waits until March to, think about your future. You should always be thinking about taxes. Taxes is the priority right behind trash. So reach out to bwtaxllc.com.
I just talked to him yesterday.
That's a guy right there that just, you stay on top of your taxes.
Just gave me just finished up my own taxes. Had a little extension going on.
Ooh, boy.
Got a fat return ready to go.
Ooh, boy.
Mm-mm-mm.
Thanks, BW. Love that.
Thanks, BW.
Good guy.
Better at taxes.
Better taxes.
So Trey, you went to a Western hockey team game.
Yeah, honestly. Well, you know what they say about Western hockey teams?
They generally are
Generally better at hockey.
Generally.
Texas is just like a really historically known for being a hockey state.
So much ice down there.
A lot of a ton of ice.
Yeah. Most of the women in Dallas just embrace the role of hockey moms.
Yeah. Hand out sliced oranges and stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, the outcome was a little bit disappointing. Stars lost, but experience was a lot of fun. Had a good time. So that was my second hockey game to ever go to. So this one was much more exciting. So we were on the third deck, so we were pretty high up.
Okay.
Playoff hockey, man. It's not cheap.
It is not cheap. But I thought so. The first one we went to, we were on first level, like behind the net. And it was kind of hard. It was harder to follow there. So being up high was a lot easier to kind of keep track of everything.
Right? You can see the play develop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was who was your cohort? Who was with you? Was it Kitchen Six?
Kitchen Six.
And the girls?
No, girls did not go.
Okay, got it. So just a little date night.
Yeah. It's a playoff hockey game. Got a jersey. So I'm a real fan now.
Hockey jerseys are the best. They're my favorite jerseys.
Yeah.
They're the best. Is it like a game worn one? Like, does it have like the straps at the bottom that like tie in?
No. So now I feel like a fake hockey.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Yeah. And,
golly,
gotta set you up there.
Golly, that's suck at life.
You just got that jersey.
Yeah. I was trying to get. Was it Bidurs? What is it? Durloff.
Yeah, Durloff.
I didn't have it. So, no, man. So we were surrounded by some characters. There's some characters at that hockey game. The majority of them up in the third deck. A lot of them were Edmonton fans. So really, Canadians. You know what? Say what you want about them. Nice people. Enjoy talking to them.
Better at hockey.
Well, that night they were for sure. Yeah.
They're probably from Western Canada.
Is that where Edmonton is?
Generally,
that's where Western hockey teams are generally.
If you held a gun in my head and go, "Hey, point to Edmonton in Canada," could any of us do it?
No. All I know is that. Is it British Canada? Like, what's on the other side of Niagara Falls?
Yeah, British Canada.
British. Wait, isn't it BC?
British Columbia.
British Canada.
Oh, British Columbia.
Oh, Columbia. Oh, that's it.
The Colombians moved up there from Britain.
Yeah.
And they just left it. British
Hey, man.
Columbia. British Canadians better. British Canada? Isn't that
I said
like
British Canada, so I was also wrong. So, yeah.
Isn't that on the other side of Niagara? Or is that Montreal?
No. I think you're right.
I think because Toronto is generally in that area, right?
That's by New York, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, Niagara
feel
Falls,
like
right?
New
New York, Canada border.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
it's- I think it's-
First of all, who
Vancouver
cares?
is out west.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, where's
Yeah.
Vancouver? Vancouver is a part of BC.
Vancouver's out
Where's
west.
Winnipeg? Where's Winnipeg?
That's like if you like drive north from Seattle, like just across
That's
the border
Vancouver?
there is Vancouver. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's Winnipeg?
All I know about Vancouver is when we grew up in the Southern Baptist world, you listened to a show called Adventures in Odyssey. And there was a guy named Mr. Whitaker, and it came on the radio every Saturday at 10 a.m. right after Ranger Bill, Warrior of the Wetlands, Adventures in Odyssey. And someone named Connie would come in at the end and she would say, I forgot the first part of the address, but she'd say, Vancouver, BC, B6B, 4G3. And it was like in Canada, right to us. And so I know that Vancouver is BC.
Wait,
Therefore,
okay.
BC
did you
must
listen to
not
this
be.
on the radio?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a
Did you grow up
child
in the
of
Great
80s.
Depression? How are the fireside chats? Was that right before?
Great
I grew
Depression.
up. I grew up in the Bible Belt, Trey, in the Great Baptist Revolution. Yeah, all we did, we didn't have TV. We listened to Adventures in Odyssey, Ranger Bill. There was another show that was on Christian radio, but we were allowed to transfer over to NPR on Saturdays for Car Talk.
Car
Oh,
Talk.
wow.
So good.
Give me 1 second.
Oh.
All right, one sec.
Man, I really know nothing about Canada. I just pulled up a map and I'm
Dude, how
blown
far
away.
off were we?
Well,
Did you see where Winnipeg is?
Winnipeg, I think, is more central because I just remember that's where the Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg and got renamed the Jets.
But Benny and the
And I
Jets.
remember them. It was like more like central.
So Atlanta used to have its own hockey team.
and then they left. And it was very sad.
Oh, were you a big Thrashers fan?
Like the two, like a season and a half, like got into them, and then they moved.
Then they
So-
broke your heart and took off.
So yeah, I always hope the Jets lose.
Hey, they did this year. Where were we at? Oh yeah, so surrounded
Canada
by
geography.
Canadians.
Oh yeah,
Canada geography, which none of us know.
None of us know.
Oh yeah, you're at a hockky game, not in Canada.
Yeah, I was
but
at hockey, surrounded by
Canada.
Canadians. A lot of Canadians, super nice people. Enjoyed talking to them. Kind of told them I was new to hockey. They were very, very accommodating. The people who were the most annoying were the other Stars fans. I come to find.
Yeah, in Texas we just call that Texans or fans.
Let's call those people. Yeah.
Yeah, Texas we just
Call those-
call those humans.
And like they would turn around, like I was just very inebriated, and they would just. I was watching the hockey game.
You were that.
Very-
is.
No, watch. It would have made them more tolerable.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But man, they turned around and just thought, since I was wearing the same jersey as them, that we were just friends. I was like, guys, y'all are very annoying.
Yeah, I just got
I'm-
this jersey. There's no way
I'm
I
very-
know you.
I'm very close to just putting on an Edmonton jersey right now because y'all are that bad.
Did Kitchen 6 get a jersey?
She borrowed one from a friend.
No, nice.
So yeah, we were both jerseyed up.
What do like the
nice.
women go in? They go in like Stars jerseys and cowboy boots. Is that like a Texas?
There
Well,
was
I guess you guys would
surprising,
probably,
like a lot of it's a bunch of young kids wearing poncho shirts tucked in with the belt buckle.
okay. I guess you guys would just call those boots, huh?
Yeah, they were wearing just
Yeah.
boots. Yeah, correct.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were all just cowboys, and then Canadians.
In Texas, we just call those boys.
Yeah.
That would have been a good game if you guys just started playing Cowboys and Canadians.
They played some Garth Brooks in the third period.
Oh, big jumping guy.
Oh,
That's they were all. That's what everybody was doing, man. It was crazy.
Jumping.
I'm blaming it on my roots.
Jump around.
Yeah. Now that Garth Brooks wrote that song.
Yeah, jump around.
Yeah.
So the Stars are up, or is it 1-1?
It tied 1-1.
1-1. All right. And the next game is Manana.
I didn't see who won tonight's game.
Florida.
Well, let's do a little sports recap. Oh, so
sorry.
What's that one at then?
3-0, right?
Yeah, they're crushing. Yeah, 3-0.
Jeez.
Wow, they won 6-2.
They won last game like 5-0 and then 5-1.
So the Canes are out. I did see the old T-Wolves were raining down. They were winning.
Oh, dang.
They were winning big when I saw it.
143 to 101. 143 in the best. That's impressive.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Must have been draining them threes. The T-Wolves have a shot. They were down 0-2, so that was a must win. So now that game's 1-2. So you got Stars, Panthers, Canes, and Edmonton left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's looking like I'm thinking of Stars, Panthers.
Panthers look hard to beat right now.
They're in the East though. And
that's true. They're not as good as hockey. Yeah,
they're not as good as hockey.
It's a weaker conference. Yeah.
Just go ahead and move Edmonton. Yeah. They should. Okay. Eastern Conference is playing for third place. Winner of the Western Conference, that's just the champion.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine Florida versus Texas in hockey? Like that sounds like an alternate reality.
Everyone in Canada just like rolling over their graves, all the people that invented the sport.
Yeah. The original six is just at home watching these Texas versus rednecks,
Florida,
salt
Texas.
life. It should be the Florida salt lifers.
I will say there's a ton of Canadian. All the Canadians that talk to him, like, did y'all fly in from Edmonton? They're like, no, we live in Texas. I was like, so y'all just got smart.
Yeah.
Moved down here. Yeah.
Smart.
What's speaking of sports? What I see you got your Life's Full Circle hat on, Jeff. What's going on in that sport?
Yeah, Life's Full Circle. So
Life's Full Circle
Premier League season tomorrow will wrap up.
Is that the Liberty Football Championship?
Liverpool Football Club.
Oh, that's a team.
This is So this is
okay, got it.
That's the Liver Bird.
They play in the Champions League.
Yes,
maybe.
But their main league is the English Premier League. But because of how they played last season and then how they played this season, they'll be in the Champions League again.
Not to be confused with the British Columbian League.
Exactly. Don't confuse. Don't confuse.
I wonder, has Liverpool ever been relegated?
That's a good question. Not that
is that like getting confirmed in the church?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
It's like getting your card to go into the Mormon temple.
Mm-hmm. Relegation is where you finish in the bottom three of the league, and they bump you down to the lower league. So
I wish the NFL would adopt something like that.
Yeah, we just get rid of the Browns.
We should.
Well,
so bad.
So the good thing about that, so if there's relegation like there is in soccer, if you're in the last 4 spots, who gets relegated? The last 3 spots?
Last 3.
So if you're in the last 3, like you're actually still playing for something to not get relegated.
Yeah.
So if you win, it's still almost just as exciting as winning the league.
Yeah. This season, it's kind of most stuff is kind of wrapped up. Like the 3 teams that are going down have been mathematically eliminated for like a few weeks now. Liverpool wrapped up the league title like 3 weeks ago. So there's now still kind of some playing for like spots 5 through 2, and that's like all like the Champions League spots. So a lot of money up for grabs.
So they've been relegated 3 times.
Ooh.
Mm.
Probably not for a while, though, I'm guessing.
The last time was in 53, 54.
I feel like we should relegate Strength Co. HB.
We definitely should.
They are relegated.
That's right. You're right. They've never not been relegated.
Yeah.
They've never been deregulated.
Yep, that's the term.
Yep. It's like deplaning. Never understood deplaning. What do you do when you get on the plane? What's that called?
Plane. You're just planing.
Yeah.
No, you
What do you call
board.
it? Oh,
You board.
Oh.
And then you deplane. Makes no sense to me.
I sound like an idiot then whenever I get on a plane. All right, let's plane. Plane it up.
It's time to plane. Everybody, let's go. Let's get on.
But yeah, overall, enjoy the hockey experience despite the loss.
That topic stayed on topic, just like a staff meeting. That was good. Good job, team. Thanks for what you do.
Ronald Acuna Jr. is back for the Braves after tearing his ACL last year. First two games, or first pitch he saw, home run, and then hit a home run in his second game back also. So he's feeling good.
Are
Red
Dodgers
Sox
going to win again this year, you think?
Red Sox played the Orioles and hung 13 on them in the bottom of the eighth and
That's
won
nice.
like 16-3. And I was like, man, we are really coming around. And then I looked it up and we're still exactly 500. And the Orioles have won 12 games this year. So don't get excited.
But are Dodgers picked to win again?
I mean, it's early.
Probably one of
It's
the
a
betting
long
favorites,
season.
I would think.
Yeah, but like betting favors.
I think it's I would say it's probably the Padres. Baseball World Series line.
Rangers just signed some 12-year-old Korean kid.
Really?
That's always good.
Well, I don't know if he's actually 12, but he's like close to it.
World Series odds. You got. Oh, I guess I was off with the Padres. Maybe they've fallen off. Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers, Phillies, Mets, Braves.
Oh, great! Wow, interesting.
Braves are plus 1,400.
A game below 500, and they're in the
Padres are like eighth, right behind the Texas Rangers.
Interesting.
Rangers have decent
Trey,
teams.
did you know about that lottery scam in Texas?
No. What's going on?
Well, it's over, but like basically the lottery was not getting won, and I don't know which Texas lottery it was, some jumbo thing. So there's this guy called
old Jumbo?
Yeah, there's this Jimbo. There's this guy called the Joker.
Jimbo.
I guess you're circling back to that greatest American poet chat, huh?
Yes. We are. Hey, keep the sidebars to a minimum.
Excuse me. Yeah, sidebars to a minimum.
Hey,
who was that?
Down.
ChatGPT's talking to me, dude.
I know you're the armorer and you come to these staff meetings and never get to talk, but that doesn't mean you don't have to silence
That was a
your
warrant
cell
officer.
phone.
Yeah.
The Joker, he's like a gambler, professional gambler. And then there's like this other guy that's like a locator for like good odds. And anyway, the Texas Powerball like didn't get one. So the guy like tips off the Joker. And so they get a bunch of money and they get permission to buy these lottery ticket machines. Like they did everything legal. And basically they just bought like 90% of all the tickets. Where the odds were like, whatever that is to win it, 90-1, I guess you'd say. And so then they win it. Like they win the lottery. And then the Texans are like, hey, that's for the people. That's like, not for like businessmen. And so it's like in the Texas court system right now of like these guys getting sued. And the Joker's like super mysterious. Like no one knows his real name. He never takes photos with people. It's basically like a heist, but it's a legal heist. But Texans are really upset about it. Yeah, it's. I'll send you some news articles.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that's what I love about him.
Yeah, I only stick with scratchers. I'm not playing that.
Yeah,
fancy stuff.
Not watching those ping pong balls drop in. I'm more of a pickleball guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a radio guy.
Next slide.
Okay. Quick shout out to we had drill weekend this past weekend. Barney's
shout out drill.
Barney's Beach Shack. I don't know if that's the official name of it, but Grant, are you familiar with that little like
I'm not.
restaurant that's on Seal Beach, kind of like down? Like it's
Barney's
on the
Beach.
beach. If you just like went under
I
the
know.
bridge,
Is
maybe it wasn't out,
inside base or off base.
It's on base. It's like a little like basically kind of like shack with an outdoor patio area.
And they serve food?
Serve food, beer.
That's new.
I don't know how new it is. It was not new seeming, but it may have been post.
So Barney's
your
Beach has
time
always
there.
been there, which was, I left 2019. And there was like a sign that said Barney's Beach, and there was like a concrete structure that you could go like hang out in.
That's it. I think that's it.
But there was no food. I assume when the Grunt Battalion moved there, they probably added more amenities because you now have like who's there 225 or something,
23 or something like that. Yeah.
Like they're there like right near you, right?
Yeah, they're like just down the street.
Yeah, so that whatever that building is didn't exist back in the old core. So yeah, did they ever build the parking deck there?
I haven't seen a parking deck. I don't know. They're building something, and they're using 514's like parking lot to put all their like trailers and like all their like supplies. So like 90% of the parking lot is now unoperational because
perfect.
It's great.
But anyway,
digress there. But little beach shack there. Yeah, don't recommend getting the food. Wasn't gonna get the food, and then was like, oh, this hail and bale has been going on for a long time. All right, I'm gonna get something. I'm not gonna get like the burger or the nachos. Like I'm gonna go with the grilled chicken sandwich. Like maybe this will just be a little bit lighter option or whatever. That thing put me down for like 5 days with some I'm guessing is salmonella. My gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, it was rough. Let's say at one point I wet the bed in my sleep. Not out the front side either. It was great to so just real yeah. I was not sleeping in the same bed as my wife. I was like, you know what? I'm going to sleep in the back room because I got home late from like flying back from drill. I text Trey and I was like, I'm about 50-50 whether I'm going to poop my pants or not on this flight. It was a fun time.
You got to secure that trash, man.
Got to secure that trash. I was securing that trash with my dear life.
Was that the worst food poisoning you've had?
100%. Like usually it's like a day or two.
Did it come out of both ends?
Mainly
just the rear,
the back
just
side.
the aft end.
Yeah, a little bit of front side the first night, and then that was about it. Tons of burps though, like more burps I've ever had in my life.
Hey, you know what I like
well,
to
you're
say?
looking good now. Yeah?
I'm one
Down
stomach
12
flu away.
pounds.
I'm one stomach flu away from my goal weight.
I'll send you a Barney's chicken sandwich. It'll set you right.
Oh, man. Barney's chicken sandwich. Potential sponsor.
Yeah.
Potential sponsor.
Shout out to them.
Oh, man. I am always so skeptical when a military installation serves chicken. So like here in the Wes, we have like Wing Wednesday. And so there's two lines. There's a specialty line, and there's like the main course line, and the specialty line has the wings. And I'm just like, man, you guys like can't get meatloaf right. There's no way you're cooking good chicken wings. So I always skip it. And then like whenever it's like the barbecue chicken, it's like that chicken that they just dump some kind of glaze on.
Yep.
I never eat it. I'm always skeptical, which I think can take us, not to steal your show 3, but into two different ways. One, we can get into some ship talk as a ship certified Marine that you are. And we could either start with that, or we could go into the cottage cheese phenomenon. However you want to take it.
I'd love to talk a little cottage cheese, and then we can hit the.
I can speak more to cottage cheese and chips. Yeah.
Well, as soon as the Strength Co. Gets done making LPDs, we're going to switch to making cottage cheese.
Outstanding.
So cottage cheese, we've talked about it a little bit on this podcast. I am a Massonomics Hall of Famer, proudly so. One of the boxes unchecked is I have not gone back and listened to every single episode. And I'll be honest, I'm way behind right now. I haven't listened to a Massonomics podcast in a while. And we've talked about cottage cheese, and I've talked about cottage cheese internally, well, really with my buddy and his Marine buddies, because no matter what's at the chow hall, if there's cottage cheese, I'm like, everything's going to be okay. And because sometimes the food is just untenable. It's like, you can't eat it. It's terrible. You can put the whole bottle of Frank's Red Hot on and you're like, nope, not going to do it. And I just go and get a giant bowl of cottage cheese and I either black pepper it up or I put like a little jelly from the toast aisle in there and I eat it. And so all of a sudden, what I am caught up on is Massonomics Instagram. And there's like a lot of cottage cheese talk.
A lot.
And it's like gallon of cottage cheese a day, like a lot of cottage cheese. And I'm like, what? Like, so I don't know. Trey, I don't think, I mean, I know you're a listener because every podcaster is a listener, just like every listener's a podcaster. But Jeff, like, do you know where the cottage cheese came from?
It kind of just like popped up, I think, as like a food that both Tanner and Tommy like enjoy. And then like kind of then would go down the rabbit hole of like the different like brands. And, you know, they would like compare them against each other, with curd water size. Yeah. And so eventually like that just kind of then snowballed like week after week. And then, you know, the crew caught on and now they're just cottage cheese memes. And now it just
there seems to be a big shift from horse stall mats to cottage cheese. Yeah, they seem to be one and the same, but it is an underrated food and people either love it or hate it. Like there are like some of my fellow field grades here that are like, they see it and they know it and they're just eating cottage cheese. And there's some people that just think we're crazy. And like my wife, for example, will buy it for me when I'm at home and she thinks it's a white people thing. If you guys don't know this, my wife is Mexicano-American. She's like, oh, it's white people. I was like, it's not a white people thing. I was like, a lot of white people don't like it. Don't make this racial, Diana. Come on. But anyway, cottage cheese. We were out of the chow hall for like 8 days. It was terrible. It was terrible. And every day I would like go to the like senior mess hall man. I'd be like, hey, like I appreciate everything. I really do. I just like want to voice my complaint. There's no cottage cheese. And they're like, oh yeah, what? And I'm like, yeah, like that's pretty much what I live off. I've been living off it for like 40 days and I'm going to need you to bring the cottage cheese back. And not because of my conversations, but it's back now. It's back. So
that's good.
Probably some good conversations.
Yeah.
Probably
I like to think
I feel like I remember cottage cheese being a pretty steady staple on ship.
So is it true that the food is like good after a port call and then like steadily declines?
It's a pretty, yes. It's like if there's a port call where they like take on like fresh food stores. And then, you know, like as the days go on, the lettuce doesn't stay good or the fruit's all been used. I mean, I feel like for the most part, it's they go through everything. And then if like a resupply has to get rescheduled, an unrep, if you will, an underway replenishment. Those are the industry terms that they use, or the nautical terms they use.
Yeah.
And so if there's an unrep scheduled, like, right, like the resupply ship pulls alongside you, they do all these like funny Navy things. So like literally like tether the ships together and then like cargo line.
Is that called docking?
Yeah, sure. I don't think it's, I forgot what the actual term is for it, but then like, then they break away and they play the breakaway song. And like, usually sometimes there's like a junior ensign out there, like dancing in like a mascot costume. Like it's a whole thing. The Navy gets really into it. And then like the fresh fruit and like the salad bar gets replenished and stuff like that.
That's pretty gay.
I mean, the Navy does. They do what they got to do to stay.
Navy's so weird.
The Navy is odd.
Well, I want to talk more about ships, but Jeff, are you a shellback?
I am a shellback, indeed.
So I was hearing about a shellback ceremony, and it's when you cross the equator, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And there's something called like the big baby, and it's like the fattest sailor on ship. or the fattest chief. And someone would like, it's a Marine officer who's a former Navy seaman. He's like, oh, you got to do the shellback. I'm like, yeah, like, don't I just become a shellback when I cross the equator? Like now I can say like I'm shellback. He's like, oh no. He's like, there's going to be the big baby, and the big baby comes down and like lifts up his shirt, and then you like stick your face in his belly button and like motorboat it. That's like one of the requirements. That's what I said.
So there is like a whole. Oh, I totally believe that's a thing. I believe that's.
No, it's
I don't know if it
definitely
is anymore.
So let me see what AI. Let me see what AI says.
I mean, if you go back and look at like old shellback ceremonies or read about them, like people like would literally like you would get like beat up. And,
they beat you up. Yeah.
I mean, it's all super toned down now. Like I'm pretty sure like the shellback
I'd rather get beat up than stick my face in a
dad
belly
went
button.
through. Yeah. I mean, I think part of it, I was on the LHD, so like the big deck. So that's where like the MEU commander, the Commodore, the ship's captain's a full bird or the captain. So like there's like a little more. I probably have
to bit toned down.
Like so I think it's like toned down a little bit. If you're on one of the smaller decks and like
I'm on the medium sized deck.
Yeah, you just got like a 05 or a 04 is like
a little bit toned down, but not a lot.
All right, here's what we got. Polywogs, sailors who have not crossed the equator.
Dirty, gross polywogs.
Shellbacks who have crossed the equator and been inducted into Neptune's realm. King Neptune, the highest ranking shellback who presides over the ceremony. Court of Neptune, a group of shellbacks who organize the ceremony. Rituals. Polywogs are subjected to a variety of tasks ranging from humorous gags and physical challenge to more embarrassing ordeals. Brine baptism, a common part of the ceremony, involves being dipped or splashed with salt water as a symbolic baptism. Certificates. Newly shellbacks receive certificates commemorating their equator crossing. Morale boosting. In modern times, the ceremony is often about entertainment and boosting morale than harsh discipline, according to the Naval History and Heritage Command.
Yeah, it's a good time. And I'll say, like, if you have any Marines that are like, I don't want to do it, like make them do it, because they're not like this opportunity is never going to happen again. And
once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
This is their Super Bowl.
I did it on a cruise ship.
Oh, you're an illustrious shellback then.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
That's pretty exciting.
Okay,
so
so more,
do it, right?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So more Navy stuff. Like you're on the big deck, so like here you can get lost. I'm also curious. Like,
definitely
serious question. Like, where does the trash go? Like, if I'm in my head, my room. I'm a major, so I got a better life than most folks. Sorry, but I earned it.
Okay, good to go.
But like, let's just say I have a trash can.
Yep.
Like when I'm done with it, is like a polywog coming to pick it up? Am I like taking it somewhere? Where am I doing my laundry? Like, is there like a laundry facility that I'm going to? And then like, just like give me some basic ship expectations. Not me, my buddy. And and some ship life. Like when do I get to go to the flight deck? Can I always go to the flight deck? Like how often do I see the sun? Give me a little ship life.
Okay, so
PME time. This is your PME.
On topic number 1, trash first and foremost. So like in your room, you'll have like a little waste bin for trash. So like your protein bar wrappers, like tissues, whatever it is, like that stuff goes in there. If you've got like any sort of like cans or like recycle it, really just cans, I think.
Like where do I get the cans? Is there like a PX on the ship?
So there'll be a little like ship store.
Okay.
And so like that'll be and they'll have like monsters and like cigarettes, water bottles, like towels,
everything a Marine needs,
snacks like Pringles, gummy bears, like protein powder, water bottles with like the ship's name on it, like ship swag also in there. So
PJ, you gotta make a list of all these items that came to Jeff's mind when he thought of the ship store. Monsters, like cigarettes, dips, sins. Generate a little AI image. Oh,
Dude,
man.
it's all the stuff that like we want the things that are gonna sell. Like we don't need to be hanging on to inventory. Like ship space is limited.
Oh, that's just
I was down getting my
101
cash card
retail.
with like they were like, come get your cash card because they don't have Bitcoin on ship yet. And so I went to get my cash card, and I overheard like one of the female shipmen talking like, telling the other one like, I buy so many extra cigarettes because like the Marines are so dumb, and when they run out of cigarettes, I sell them for like $5 a piece. Got to make that bread. And I was like, oh, all right,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Whole other like
cigarettes.
economies spring up in the berthings with where the troops stay. Okay, so trash, like you'll have your kind of like own trash in your room, and then like 2 or 3 times a week will be like trash pickup day, and you'll set your cans. Like it's basically like at home, you take your cans out to the curb, trash truck come by, picks them up. So, but like it's, some sailor, they go around, collect it all into like a larger bin, and then
is that called like a trash back or a trash wog?
Yeah.
No.
There's some guy who thought he was going to be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And so make sure you tell them "Hoo-yah, Master Chief," and then there's like a trash room where all the trash gets end up. Like they put all the metal stuff together. I want to say they put like recycling stuff together, and you'll see like and they'll like collect all like the food trash. So if it's like food scraps and stuff like that from your meals, that all goes. And I think they just like set that out to sea at some point. They like collect all.
There's got to be a bunch of
stuff.
There's got to be a bunch of stuff that just gets dumped in the ocean.
Oh yeah, dude, like lots.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like my thesis
trash room.
But like all like, dude, that would be
epic.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'm starting to get outed, by the way. So we should probably take this podcast more seriously. People are like, "Sir, you have a podcast?" And I'm like,
"Take it more seriously. Come on,
yes,
now. Come on now."
to include my boss, he's like, "So I saw you have a podcast." I was like, "Yeah, something like that, sir. Sure. Check it out."
But what else? Okay, and then
can you get lost on ship?
You can, for the most part, there's going to be like 5 places you go on ship. It's like
that's what I heard. You like run tracks, like
There's like your battery office, the wardroom where you go to eat, the LFOC, the Landing Forces Operations Center, and then like the gym,
same place,
the ship store.
And
those would be like your like most frequently places. So you'll learn those pretty quick. It's when they're like, "Oh, hey, we got to have a
man
BLT
overboard drill,
all hands in the ship's classroom," and you're like, "I don't know where that is." And they're like, "Oh, it's on the 6 deck aft side, this frame." Like, then there are like ways you can like decipher where a place is, unlike a building number on a base. There are some signs. Like every hatch is like labeled. So you can kind of like tell if you're going the right direction. If you're like, okay, numbers are going up, numbers are going down. Like even numbers are on one side, odd numbers are on another side. So there is like, it's like set up in like a kind of like.
When you get to port, system. Do they do excursions?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. There's usually like the MWR rep that's like usually AKA the fit boss who like runs the gym. It's like a civilian contractor, but then they're also usually like
fit boss,
like, oh hey, we're pulling into we're pulling into Thailand, and they're gonna do. You can sign up for scuba diving classes here. Like,
no, scuba is the mission. Scuba is a priority in Okinawa. Nice. Scuba is a big deal. Everyone loves scuba. Sir, wow. I need to cut 15 guys at noon on Thursday for what? Oh, they have their dive certs. What? Yeah, yes, sir. They've been a part of a class. What does that have to do with what we're doing? Oh, nothing. It's just so they can dive on the weekends. No, they can't leave it. Okay, I want to talk lifting on ship. I want to talk the hit box that I checked out in government contracts. Okay. And then I also put a note in the top of the Slack channel. I forgot what it was, but it will jog my memory. But first and foremost, I want to know coffee on ship because I'm packing as we speak. I'm guessing I can't bring a hot plate. I'm guessing you're not allowed to open flame. So I don't know how the break is going to work, but I've been told that officers with all of our dignity and might can go into the wardroom at any time and get coffee. Can you validate this?
Yeah. Should be basically coffee available 24/7 in the wardroom.
I can just roll in there at any time of day, grab coffee.
Yep.
Is it Starbucks or Dunkin'?
I feel like it was usually like they would have these like giant like bags of like the Starbucks is what I remember.
Okay.
Dang.
But I think if,
there
like, if you brought your own and were like, hey, can you brew this? And then they would 100%.
Oh, okay. So is it like a devil dog working a percolator, or is it like one of those machines that you like
it's
push
like
the button?
it probably makes like 5 gallons of coffee at a time or something like that. It's like
wow, that's a lot of
And
coffee. I wish I was the coffee
There is like
NCO.
a hot water spigot. So if you did want to, like, you had like a pour over kind of thing, and just like wanted like your like something different, like 1 cup, you could do something like that.
Okay.
And then it's usually sailors typically operating in the wardroom, and then some of like the mess marines that are on ship will also get like tasked.
The ship's tax.
Ship's tax.
Ship's tax. Yeah.
And you also have like, so they'll like be cooking, but then there'll be like the servers, and that's where sometimes like, hey, we need a lance corporal for this week. They're going to serve in the wardroom, and like that's just what they do. Like that's their appointed place of duty. One benefit for them is that they get to eat the wardroom food, which is 100 times better than the like mess decks.
That's what I
where
hear.
they have to wait
the
in
line's
like,
way shorter, right?
Yeah. Food's way better. Just the portions are way better because basically they're unlimited portions for the most part. Whereas like it's pretty limited for the troops there, the mess decks.
In the Navy.
Yeah. And they're like pretty much, in addition to like coffee 24/7, there's always like bread and peanut butter and jelly and like
cottage cheese,
tarts and like
cottage cheese.
Not usually cottage cheese out. I don't, cause that's like the salad bar that'll like get like broken down between meals. Strawberry Pop-Tarts. I just remember eating a million strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts.
Would you say it's easier to gain or lose weight on ship?
Probably way easier to gain.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what that's kind of what I figured.
You could, I mean, you definitely can lose weight, like 100%.
Yeah, of course. You just don't eat.
But, the meals are kind of like what you plan your day around.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's just like wake up, eat, go to the LFOC, eat, work out, shower, go back to the LFOC.
Now, what's your entertainment situation? I assume you're going to have some downtime.
I'm like 0% prepared. If you're not watching this on YouTube, I have 5 books behind me, one of them being the Bible and 4 others. I bought off of Amazon like a month ago. As soon as I got here, like a bunch of books. I'd say a bunch, like 6 to 8, and none of them have arrived. So I'm not a Kindle guy. I'm not like anti-Kindle. I actually own a Kindle. It's not with me, but every time I've tried to read a book on a Kindle, I just don't like it. Like I like a real book, which is stupid. Like I should have like downloaded Kindle books. I'm 0% prepared. I haven't downloaded any music. I haven't downloaded any podcast. I haven't downloaded. The only thing I've been downloading is my wife and I have a shared album of my daughter, and it's fantastic.
Probably most important.
Yeah. Every day she puts, like 15 to 20 photos in there, and it's like my favorite part of the day. I get home and like I get to like see like what they did, and then you can like comment on stuff, and like so we get to like talk about it. But they're all in the cloud, and so I've been trying to like download a bunch of those. So
now I feel like
do you want me to mail you a hard drive?
Yeah. Could you?
Okay. Yeah. Send me your address.
Yeah. I'll send you the address.
Because I feel like one time when Jeff was on ship, I feel like me and Abney mailed him something.
Yeah, you get mail on ship. Mail's a little unreliable, but you get mail on ship. So yeah, if you're listening, you want to support
some sort of care package.
If you want to support the troops, as you listen this Memorial Day week, reach out to Kitchen 6. She'll get you the address. Don't just send some stuff for me. Send some stuff for the boys. We'd appreciate it. Yeah, the boys. Another one for the boys. The Hint Locker. So let's talk about the Hint Locker quick. I'm the XO troops on the ship we're going to be on. So I have to sign for a bunch of gear. It's going to be my responsibility. One of them was the hit locker, which I had a vested interest in. So it's like a checklist and you just start like filling out what it is you want. So I got 2 squat racks. So for those that don't understand, like shipping, receiving, a quad con is probably 8 feet long and 4 feet wide. And it's like a shipping containers, like the back of a little U-Haul or something that can get picked up, put around. So I got 2 squat racks going to that thing, disassembled, obviously. I have 4 barbells, and then I got, I think, 20 45s, and then the corresponding plates that would go with that. Unfortunately, because of the quantity of plates I asked for, they gave us kilograms, which is going to be frustrating, and like some 55-pound plates, which is going to be frustrating. There's 4 Strengco 45s in there, so those bad boys will make their first voyage out to sea. I got a couple benches. I got dumbbells, 10s up to hundos. I got medicine balls. I got an assault bike. I got 2 Concept 2 rowers. I was like packing that thing to the brim. I was like, this is the priority. Yeah. So I think it's going to go in the well deck. And then I'm like walking around and it's just like, I mean, like Doge can't work hard enough, honestly. Like you go in there and first of all, a company that shall but not be named, like how do you have every government contract? Like everywhere. Right. And it's just like, it just drives me insane. And I'm like, nope, I don't want those. They're like, but sir, like these are the ones you requested. I'm like, I didn't specify a brand. I want these. And so I got like We Are Everyday Fitness Max plates instead, just because I didn't want to lift with the other ones.
Potential sponsor.
Potential sponsor. And I'm just like, how is this possible? And then there's just like this, like, it's a warehouse. So you got like the pallet racks and one of them's just full of boxes of books. And so I'm like, what's this? He's like, oh, books. Okay. Arigato gozaimasu. And so I got pop a book open, like first book on top's like, so you want to join a cult? And like a bunch of dumb like novels. So I'm like, can I take these? He's like, oh yeah. So I grabbed like 10 cases of books that I put in there. I don't know if any of them would be good. I only popped open the one box. I got the board games, Sorry, Monopoly. There was like an area of games. I just like loaded that sucker up.
Yeah.
It'll probably
get a deck of cards.
I didn't get Risk. I got some cards. It probably will go in some corner of the ship that's unaccessible and will never get used. But in my mind, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I'm vested. I want a photo of me on a flight deck holding a Strengco 45. So I have a vested interest to get that bad boy open.
Yeah.
But
and then quickly on books, there should be like a ship's library, and they'll have like tons of books down in there.
Like 1,000 books?
Yeah. Probably something.
Okay.
Like Harry Potter.
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you'll be able to
Star Trek.
That'll be it.
Be able to catch up.
Great Star Trek books.
Yeah. Oh man. What else? Are you talking about? You want to talk about going out on like the flight deck, going outside?
Yeah. How often am I seeing sunlight?
What? I guess like what? Y'all have helicopters. I'm guessing they're going to be on. Your ship. Okay.
Yeah.
So there'll be probably flight ops almost every day. When flight ops are going on, that'll be a no-go. But the good thing with flight ops is they always do the FOD walk down.
I love checking for FOD. I'll be a FOD volunteer.
Down. So
at Texan we call them Ross volunteers, but on ship we call them FOD volunteers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So usually like the air boss will come over, the 1MC, and like announce, or you'll hear it on like the intercom system that's like on the flight deck. And they'll be like, all right, we're starting the FOD walk down. Come out and join us for the FOD walk down. And so everyone that like wants to see the sun can go out to the flight deck, and you just basically like get online and do a police call of the flight deck looking for FOD.
And I'm assuming like people actually want to because they want to see the sunlight.
And for the most part, yeah. Like it's
like
all
the world's
like the
most
flight deck
popular
crew.
Police call.
Like all the flight deck crew will be out there, and then like random sailors and Marines that just like want to get outside. So that'll be basically every day. They're doing flight ops, and then anytime they're not doing flight ops, for the most part, if it's daylight, you can get out there. It's kind of like before sunrise, post sunset is kind of no go for being like topside. If you went overboard, like you're gone.
I'm like not a fan of going overboard.
Don't go overboard.
As most people,
Yeah. I've seen that Coast Guard move in. What's it called? Galaxy.
It's a hot take.
Or they're jumping out of the helicopters into the ocean.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool if I don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Lifting on ship.
Lifting on ship is.
I know that we got two gyms. One's blue side, one's green side during certain hours. One's a cardio room. One of them's a weight room. And I heard that ours is about the size of this room I'm in right now.
Okay. I mean, it can be hit or miss, and like they may adjust hours, like if they see that the like marine hours or gym is like getting slammed. I don't know. Like the one when I was on 2 times I was on ship, it was like officers could go anytime. There were like some blue green hours, but like if you were an officer, you could go anytime because they're like you have meetings and things to go to. And then it tends to get really crowded, like post like evening chow dinner time, because you'll kind of like notice it almost like turns into like it's like the club on ship. It's like the one like kind of like social place that like people can go and like talk. So like post dinner lifting can be tricky because usually it's crowded and like a lot of people aren't there to like actually like lift.
They're just there for social.
You can get up super early in the morning. Usually it's pretty dead. You'll kind of like I feel like each ship kind of has its own little rhythm of like the gym. So you'll kind of like find like the pockets of time that like, oh, it is kind of dead around this time because this is when this brief goes and people like kind of clear out. So that'll be interesting. And then, you got the motion in the ocean, so it could sometimes play. Is there like a free standing squat rack where like you the squat, or is it all like Smith machines? Or there'll be a few Smith machines. I don't know. They're always like, let's see, on the Essex there were like 2 squat racks, but then when we were on the Boxer, I think there were like 4 places you could squat with a barbell.
Boxer was an LHA, right? Big deck.
Both were LHDs.
Both big. Okay.
But just like different setups, like different fit bosses. So
different strokes for like different folks.
Yeah. And so you'll see. It's interesting. You can.
Well, me sending updates. Jeff's all locked into the OK Podcast Instagram, so I'm sure that the content factory will just skyrocket. Just skyrocket up. And with the amount of info, anything else we need to talk on ships?
Ooh, you want to talk haircuts?
Hit that last topic. Let's talk haircuts. Just got one today.
So do you have anyone in your battery that's like?
Yep, already identified. We got 6 guys, a part of the ship tax that are the Barber Marines. I've heard that that's actually a decent job if you're like a E3, E4 to like get the barbershop because you get to like talk to people all day. And like you have a very like simple job of like just do this thing. I mean, I don't know like what the schedule is. Like when are my guys cutting hair versus other people's? I guess you probably know. I've heard the line's really long.
I feel so. They never like ran it. I don't know. There was like the Chiefs barbershop, and that was like I feel like where our ship's tax folks would go, and like that was kind of like had hours. It was open these days, but then the other times I would just go and like find Sergeant Holmes, and I'd be like, hey Holmes, time for a haircut, and we would go down to where there's like
shout out Sergeant Holmes. Let's get him on the podcast.
Staff Sergeant Holmes, Fidelis, hoorah. And so you'd go down and there was like a barber shop that was like I think like 4 or 5 chairs, and then you would bring your clippers and stuff down there, and like if there was an open chair, so you would just hop in there and
you did like your black market cuts.
That's how all mine were always were. So it was good.
Yeah. Well, there'll be lots of stuff on the back end. For those listening that are figuring it out, this is probably the last episode of season 1. We generally stop at what episode is this? What episode are we on? Oh, that's your question. 73? 073. We're artillery. Sure. We're an artillery podcast. 073. Bingo. This is 7-3. Generally, every time we've hit 73 episodes in a row where we've never missed a week, we take a little break. As tradition is, we're big tradition guys. Basically, what's happening is we're like halfway to Fiddler's Green. We realize that our mug has ran out, and we turn And we turn around. So we're about to turn around. But when we come back, there'll probably be a lot of ship and sea talk. I do want to touch on the Orient. I can't remember what I typed in as the first thing right after Who's Saying Up, or maybe right before it, and I don't have it open. I said something.
Run down the line. Who's cooking chow?
Oh, that's it. That's it. Who's cooking chow? So listen, my buddy is not, and I'm going to bring Trey back into the fold here. He's falling asleep over there, but he's going to like this one. A part of the reason that I go to a restaurant is I don't want to cook chow. I want you to cook chow. Like, I am paying for something so that you cook the chow. Here in Japanese culture, I can't speak to the whole island of Japan. I can't speak to the whole country of Japan. I can only speak to the island of Okinawa. So I want to be careful with that. It'd be like if I went to North Philadelphia and was like, America sucks. That would not be fair to, a lot of human beings across America. But in Okinawa, Japan, there's a phenomenon, or not a phenomenon. There is a way of eating called yakiniku, where it's like you cook your own meat. In the States, we call this Korean barbecue. And it's okay. Like, the meat's good. You get a lot of meat. There's like this tiny little grill, like the size of my hand. And then there's like 6 220-pound individuals sitting around it. And then you're using like tongs and you're like draping these little pieces of meat that, like, I don't even know how they shave it so thin. And then it cooks and then you eat it. And it's like you're covered in smoke. There's like grease popping in your face. And I just prefer you cook me the entire steak and hand it to me on a plate at one time. So that's called yakiniku. So the other day I go and I don't have a little buddy. I'm going to get a haircut, and it's authorized during the day. Like, you're allowed to do that. I go to get a haircut and I walk into the place. I went to the other base, like where a headquarters element is, because I've gone in the past and the line has not been long. And you pull a number and I'm like 48 numbers away. And I go to sit in the waiting room, and the waiting room is like 100 degrees. And it is like the humidity's through the roof. And I sit down. I've done nothing physical this day, and I'm just like dripping sweat. And I'm like looking up, and like some NASCAR truck series is playing. Marines are just like on their phones. There's like one entertainment thing in the corner, which is like some kind of claw game. And I'm like, this is terrible. And I'm just like dripping in sweat. And so I go look up, and I'm like, all right, I have however many numbers this go. I was like, I'm going to go eat and then come back. So I get up, I walk out. I drive off base, and I'm like, sushi. Like, I've had sushi since I've been here, but like, I'm in Japan. I should eat sushi. I'll go to this conveyor belt place. And I've had conveyor sushi before. I've had it in California. Everyone that wants to talk smack in California, it's like everything from these foreign countries that Americans would like they've already done it in California. They've done it, and they've done it well. And so, like, when you go to these other countries, you're like, what? I had this in Orange County. Anyway, go to the conveyor belt place. I walk in by myself, and everyone's wearing a mask, which is whatever. And I'm standing there, and they're all like looking at me, and I'm like waiting, and like people are walking by, like meeting like the staff, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, arigato, konnichiwa, and I'm like bowing, and they're like bowing back, and I'm like waiting for someone to seat me, and then no one seats me. It's been like 2-3 minutes, which in Japan feels like 10 hours. And so I'm like, hey, like where can I sit? Konnichiwa. And they're like, oh, and they like point at a machine, and then I like look at the machine, and it's like all in Japanese, and everything like sings and makes noises to you in Japan. Yes. Like, it's like ding dong dong, like everything. You put your credit card in, the thing like sings a song. So there's like a green button. I'm like, I guess I pushed the green button. So I push the green button, it prints me a ticket. I look at the ticket, and it's like 21-7. I look around, I'm like, oh, each aisle's like numbered. So I go down to 21, and there's like chair 7, and it's like in between all these people eating, and I sit down, there's this conveyor like going right in front of my face, like ding, ding, ding. I'm like, okay, like I want to drink. Like, first I want like a Diet Coke or something. And like, I want like a side of rice, and it's like, there goes an eel leg. And like, and I like weird food. Like, I like to try stuff. Everything that's going by, like, it looks terrible. So I'm like pushing like the screen above me, and it's like, arigato gozaimasu, konnichiwa. And I'm like, where is the menu? And like, I'm looking at the guy to my right, and he's like staring at his phone, just like shoveling Nagomi or whatever it's called, nigiri in his mouth. And like the guy on my left's like not being helpful. I'm kind of like looking both sides, like, and no one's helping me. And it's like, every time I push the button, like it lights up and someone yells. And I think like someone's going to come by. No one comes by. And then I'm like, I don't want sushi. I hate sushi, which it's not true. I love sushi. And I'm just like, I'm leaving. So I get up, I go to walk out, and like I have my ticket, and they're like, oh, sir, hi. And I'm like, Yeah, I didn't buy anything, and like language breakdown, the worst. So I hand them the ticket. They scan it. It says like $0. So I guess maybe like as you pull stuff off, it like rings up on your tab. I'm like, I'm super nice. I'm like, arigato gozaimasu. And I leave. I look across the street, and it's like yakiniku, and then the things on it, and it's like 1 serving this yen, 1.5 serving this yen, 2 servings this yen, 3 servings this yen. And like the picture just looks like pork and cabbage. And so I'm like, I'm going there. So I walk in, and this is where Who's Cooking Chow comes in. I walk in, place is completely empty. There's like a man standing on like a chair, like cleaning the walls. And he's like, konnichiwa. And I'm like, konnichiwa. I'm like, who's cooking, me or you? And he's like, and I'm like, I cook, and I'm doing hand and arm signals of like chopsticks and like moving meat. I'm like, or you cook. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, do I cook the food or do you cook the food? And he's like, I cook. I was like, perfect. And I sit down. I'm like, all right, can I get a menu? He's like, menu, no menu, size. And I'm like, huh? He's like, no menu, size. And I'm like, and he like points, and there's a big sign that says English menu. And it just says 1 serving, 900 yen, 2 servings. I'm like, 2 servings. He's like, okay. And he leaves, goes back, and he comes out with like his hot plate, and it's just pork, like chopped up into like nuggets and chopped cabbage, like on like served like what we would serve fajitas in Texas. And it's like bubbling in front of me. And I'm like, okay. And a thing of rice. And then he like grabs this like piece of wood that's like, I don't know. I want to say like it's from Okinawa, but I'm in Okinawa, so it's obviously from Okinawa. And he like props the thing up, and then he's like points to like the spices, which I was very excited about because there's no spice on this island. And he's like, you put this picture this in Japanese. He's like, you put this in the bottom, the pork fat like drains to the bottom. You pick up the meat, you dip it in the stuff, you scoop it with rice, and it was great. It was phenomenal. And what was a terrible experience at Conveyor Belt Sushi was restored. And I'll go back there. I left him a 5-star Google review in English. The guy's name was like Aramatu or something. Big fan. I was like, sit down. And he's like, huh? I'm like, sit down. Let's talk. And then I was like, I don't know how to talk to him. So
everyone here is kicking tires.
Yeah.
Here to eat some pork.
Speaking Japanese, that's tough to do against tall grass.
That's good.
Anyway, who's cooking chow?
Who's cooking chow?
Save rounds.
I feel like where did I have one? Real quick. We were at the grocery store today, and then we had to pick up some like paper towels and some toilet paper. And are y'all on this trend of toilet paper and paper towel math, and how that's like, it'd be like 12 rolls equals 57 rolls, and you like look over to the next one, it's like 18 rolls equals 72 rolls, and I'm like, what's
the base roll?
I'm like how many roll, like there's 12 rolls in here, so 12 equals 12. This isn't like, don't try to, what are these other rolls that you're referring to, or that are like 3 sheets of paper?
It's metric. Yeah.
Whoa, how many rolls? So we were just like, what kind of weird paper towel / toilet paper roll math is this? So next time you're in that aisle and you're shopping around, just look how like ridiculous it gets. It's pretty fun.
Paper towel math. I'm into it. Math in public.
That was my major at A&M.
Paper towel. I was lifting with some Aggies yesterday. Went into the gym, and some of the lieutenants were in there. And
you bedazzled them with your A&M knowledge.
I did. Indeed. Except
how did this guy know so much?
I forgot about the Ross Volunteers, and somehow that came up. But
bunch of dorks.
Some Aggies in there.
What are the Ross Volunteers?
So the Citadel, we have what's called Bond Volunteers. Once you're a Bond Volunteer aspirant your junior year, and then when you make it, you become a Summerall Guard. And it's just like it's basically, if you think about it, it sounds super lame. You get Haze for a year so that you can do a silent drill platoon the following year. But it's like the cool, it's like, we're the hardcore guys. Like, you don't get it. And Ross Volunteers is the same thing, right?
No idea.
Oh,
I did not like any of those guys.
We didn't talk about Ross Volunteers very long because I was too busy loudly in the gym as the major going, "Come on, Eggs, we're gonna give them a whoop, whoop," and doing the signals, and then like they'd finish a heavy set of bench. I'd be like, "Kick 'em, Eggs!" And
Beat the hell out of Wint.
yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, I keep my position as the morale major.
I believe that.
I know.
Oh, it's crucial.
Yeah, it's crucial. Yeah, Glizzy 6 is my
major.
code name.
Glizzy
Glizzy 6. I'm always just eating hot dogs when they're out of cottage cheese. So we're Godfather Battery, but they're like, "Are you guys Glizzy Battery?" So yeah, Glizzy 6.
That's a good name.
Yeah. Well, Trey.
See, I guess we'll save around Memorial Day.
Yeah.
True.
Just remember what it's for. It's not just holidays. So
Yeah, we don't got no time off this year. But yeah, I saw Lance Corporate had a good post today.
Yeah.
Super basic. He's like, drop the names of the fallen. And there's a ton of comments on there. And I went through and knew one, like at least one person, but then like knew a lot of like time frames, or like people. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. And then like just thought about like, man, he like just said like drop a name below, and like people just came out of the woodwork. So it is a I won't say significant weekend. I don't know how to say it with the respect it deserves, but for a lot of people, even the ones that are, are gone, but like for other people just affected by it, like it is a big weekend. So yeah, we do indeed support the Droops. All joking aside, the Strength Co is running a little sale. I guess you'll have missed it, so I won't go into the details, but anyway, yeah, sorry you missed it.
hit it next year if you miss it.
Yeah, we'll
year.
get it next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it about that time?
I think it's about that time.
This has been episode 07 Tree. Oh, excuse me. Bingo.
Trace 07 Trace.
Hey, we had a lot of ship talk on this episode, brought to you by Gridiron Green Gridiron. Hey, if you're on a ship, you need a helmet. You know where to go. Click the link below.
My man.
Need big helmet, small helmet. He's got them all. Think our other sponsor, BW Tax. Great guy, better taxes. Working with him, firsthand experience, been a great experience. So he has a repeat customer. So as far as that goes, taking a little break for a little while, but it's been a fun ride so far. We'll hit you whenever we are able to, as soon as we can. Looking forward to it.
From
While you're
Australia.
down below, look at the links. Besides the Green Gridiron, you will see the Slack channel. If you're not a member there, click that link, use code OK, get $10 off. Talk to us about living, love, most
Ships.
importantly, lifting. Yeah, ships. We cover it all down there. But most importantly, if you got any lifting questions, there are some great coaches in there that can answer anything that you got as far as questions go. If you are now on YouTube, don't know what's wrong with you. But get on there as quick as you can. Most probably go to www.theokpodcast.com. You will see all the links for the social media websites. Give us a like, follow, whatever you do on social medias. And most importantly, we have our individual social media accounts that we are all very active on. So are we still active on that?
Oh, very.
Oh, yeah, very active.
Very active.
And to close this off, we are powered, as always, by the Strength Co. Go there. It is the best, hands down, cast iron. What do you make there? Cast iron
Plates, pans,
Yeah,
pot holders.
I was going to say pans. It's a great pan company,
the
but they also make pretty good plates.
They're on sale. They're on sale for Memorial Day weekend.
Heck yes, Coach. Did I miss anything?
You want me to teach you how to speak Australian?
Yeah, go.
All right. Say, rise up, lights fast.
Rise up, lights fast.
No. Don't say fast. Say the words, rise up, lights fast.
Oh, gotcha. Rise up, lights.
Razor blades. Yeah, I need to shave myself. Hopefully we'll do an episode from Australia. Say it again. You'll laugh. Go ahead. Say it again, Trey. Come on. Rise up lights.
We're going to end on this.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on.
Rise up lights.
Yeah.
Rise up lights.
So good. Rise of lights. Episode 073. We'll see you next time.